Hello, friend. If you love learning English and enjoy reading daily news, strange stories, and new facts from around the world, come learn with Chasing English. Here, you can read, listen, shadow, and practice your reflexes every day. Step by step, your English will grow stronger. Stay with us and practice a few minutes daily. You will feel the change. Today, let's meet our main character, Hannah. Hannah is 23 years old and has an older sister named Lena, who is 25. They live with their mother Rania and their father in a small apartment on the edge of a noisy city. The streets outside are full of life, but inside the house the air often feels heavy. Hannah has long black hair and warm brown eyes. People often tell her she's beautiful, but beauty cannot hide the sadness that lives behind her smile. Hannah comes from a very strict family. Her mother, Rania, is gentle and kind. She works long hours and still finds time to make her daughters feel loved. But her father is not like her mother. He does not work. He spends money carelessly, and when he drinks, he becomes cruel. His words cut deep, and sometimes his hands do too. On those nights, Hannah and Lena hold each other tightly, praying for the noise to stop. Hannah isn't allowed to go to school. Her father says it's because they have no money. But deep down, Hannah knows the truth. He wants control. She dreams of studying, of seeing the world, but her dreams are locked inside four walls. Every night, she prays for freedom, even just a small chance to escape. One night, after another storm of anger, Hannah sits in her dark room. She can hear her mother crying and Lena whispering soft words to calm her. Hannah's hands tremble. She remembers her friend Amina, a kind girl from the neighborhood, who once said, "If you ever need help, come to my place." Amina lives with her brothers in a tiny flat, but it's safe, and safety is all Hannah wants. Quietly, she packs a small bag, a shirt, a scarf, a toothbrush, and one picture of her family. The night is silent as she opens the window. Her heart beats fast. She looks back one last time at the house filled with pain, whispers a small prayer, "Please help me be brave," and steps into the cold, dark night. That's where Hannah's new journey begins. Stay with Chasing English to follow her story. In the next part, we'll see what happens when she starts her new life. Remember to read, listen, and shadow this story to grow your English skills every day. The street was quiet when Hannah walked away from her house. Her feet felt heavy, but her heart was ready. She didn't know where she was going, only that she could not go back. The night air was cold, and the city lights shone like small stars far away. Hannah held her small bag close and whispered to herself, "It's okay. Just keep walking." After many long steps, she reached a small building with old walls and a yellow door. It was Amina's home. Hannah knocked softly, afraid to wake the neighbors. After a moment, the door opened and Amina's sleepy face appeared. When she saw Hannah, her eyes widened in surprise. "Hannah, what happened?" she asked, pulling her inside quickly. Tears filled Hannah's eyes. "I had to leave. I couldn't stay anymore." Amina didn't ask questions. She hugged Hannah and said, "You're safe here." For the first time in her life, Hannah felt warmth without fear. Amina lived with her two brothers, Yusuf and Kareem. They were kind young men who worked in a small cafe near the bus station. The apartment was tiny, just 2 rooms and a kitchen, but it was full of laughter and kindness. They shared their food with Hannah, and she helped clean and cook to say thank you. In the mornings, Hannah watched the sunlight come through the window. It felt strange. No shouting, no crying, just peace. She told herself, "This is what freedom feels like." After a few days, Amina said, "The cafe where my brothers work needs another helper. Maybe you can join them?" Hannah's heart jumped. "Me? But I've never worked before." "You can learn," Amina smiled. "You're smart. You just need a chance." And so Hannah started her first job, a small waitress at a neighborhood cafe. She wore a simple uniform and carried trays with tea and bread. The work was hard, but every time she earned a small coin, she felt proud. She was building her own life, one day at a time. At night, when the cafe was quiet, Hannah sat near the window and thought about her mother and sister. She missed them deeply. She could still hear her mother's gentle voice and Lena's laughter in her mind. The guilt of leaving them behind hurt her heart, but she told herself, I will help them one day. I just need to be strong now. Weeks passed. Hannah saved a little money in a small tin box. Every time she put a coin inside, she whispered, for Mama, for Lena. When she finally had enough, she bought a soft scarf for her mother and a small bracelet for Lena. One sunny morning, Hannah said goodbye to Amina and took the bus back to her old neighborhood. Her hands were shaking as she held the gifts. She hoped things were better at home. Maybe her father had changed. Maybe there was peace now. But when she arrived, she saw the same dark house, the same broken door. Her mother opened it and gasped when she saw Hannah. Tears fell down her face. Lena ran forward and hugged her tight. I missed you so much, Hannah whispered. I missed you too, her sister said. They talked quietly, afraid their father might wake. Hannah gave them the gifts, small but full of love. Her mother touched the scarf and smiled weakly. You didn't have to. I wanted to, Hannah said softly. Then suddenly the front door opened hard. Her father stood there, smelling of alcohol, his eyes red and wild. The room froze. He looked at Hannah, his voice shaking with anger. You, he shouted. You think you can run away and come back? Everyone went silent. Hannah's heart beat fast. But before he could say more, he threw his hands up and shouted, I'm done. I hate all of you. I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back. He stumbled out of the house, slamming the door behind him. For a long moment, no one moved. Then her mother began to cry loudly, her body shaking. Lena stood frozen. Hannah couldn't speak. Her father, the man who caused all their pain, was gone. But instead of happiness, Hannah felt empty. What would life be like now? Could they really live in peace after so many years of fear? Hannah didn't know yet, but deep inside she felt that something new had begun. Days passed after Hannah's father left. The house was quiet, too quiet. For so many years, they had lived in fear of his voice, his anger, his steps on the floor. Now there was only silence. At first, that silence felt strange. Hannah, her mother, and Lena walked around the house slowly, as if they were afraid to speak too loud. They didn't know how to live without fear. But little by little, they started to breathe again. Her mother, Rania, looked weak and tired. She cried a lot in the beginning. Even though her husband had hurt her, she still felt pain that he was gone. She had loved him once and believed he might change, but that hope was now broken. Hannah and Lena tried to stay strong. They worked together to clean the house, cook food, and keep things calm. Rania couldn't work as much as before. Her health was not good, so Hannah worked longer hours at the cafe. She carried trays, washed dishes, and smiled for customers. Wida, even when her legs were tired. Sometimes she skipped her own dinner so her family could eat more. Lena took small jobs, cleaning, sewing, anything she could find. Still, money was never enough. Life was hard, but they refused to give up. Every night, Hannah sat by the window and looked at the stars. She thought about her father and the woman he had gone to. Did that woman know the truth about him? She wondered. Did she know how cruel he could be? She felt angry at her father, angry at life. Why do bad people hurt good ones? She thought. Why do they get to leave while we must carry the pain? But one evening, as she watched her mother sleep, Hannah made a quiet promise to herself. She whispered, I won't let our lives stay like this. I will work hard. I will make sure we are never afraid again. That promise became her strength. Weeks turned into months. Slowly, things began to change. Their home, once full of shouting, now had moments of peace. Rania smiled a little more each day. Sometimes, Hannah even heard her laugh, soft, unsure, but real. One afternoon, as they were drinking tea together, Rania said something Hannah never forgot. She looked at her daughters and said softly, We were feeding the demon. Hannah blinked. Feeding the demon? Yes, Rania said. For so long, we gave your father power over us. We were afraid of him. We believed his words, but now he's gone. We don't have to feed that fear anymore. Yet those words stayed in Hannah's heart. She realized her mother was right. Fear had been their master, but now they were free, free to live, free to dream. Still, inside Hannah, there was another kind of fear. She was afraid of love. She was afraid of men. She was afraid of becoming like her mother, trapped in pain. When young men tried to talk to her, she smiled politely but kept her distance. If someone asked her on a date, she said no. She didn't trust anyone. Every time she saw couples holding hands in the street, she felt a small pain in her chest. Can love ever be kind, she thought? Or is it always dangerous? Her sister Lena noticed this. One night she said, Hannah, maybe you should try therapy. I started going and it's helping me. Therapy? Hannah asked. That's for people who are weak. No, Lena said softly. It's for people who want to heal. At first, Hannah didn't want to go. She felt nervous, even embarrassed. But after many weeks, she agreed. Maybe it was time to face the pain she carried inside. So one morning, she walked into a quiet office with light blue walls and a kind woman sitting behind a desk. Hello, said the woman with a warm smile. I'm Dr. Layla. You can call me Layla if you like. That was the day Hannah's new journey began, not just to escape her past, but to heal her heart. The first time Hannah sat in the chair across from Dr. Layla, her hands were cold. She didn't know what to say. The small room was quiet, filled with soft light and the smell of flowers. Dr. Layla smiled gently. You don't have to talk about everything today, she said. Just tell me how you feel. For a moment, Hannah stayed silent. Then she whispered, I feel scared. Dr. Layla nodded. That's okay. You've been scared for a long time, but you're safe here. Each week, Hannah came back. At first, it was hard. She cried many times. She talked about her father, the shouting, the fear, the nights she wanted to disappear. But slowly, she began to understand something important. It wasn't your fault, Dr. Layla told her. You were a child. You didn't cause his anger. Those words made Hannah cry again, but this time her tears felt lighter. Little by little, her heart began to heal. She started to see the world differently. She learned that she didn't have to be afraid of everyone. She could protect herself without closing her heart. One day during therapy, Dr. Layla asked, How did you feel when your father left? Hannah looked down. I thought I'd be happy, she said softly, but I felt empty. Empty can be the beginning, said Dr. Layla. When something bad leaves, it creates space for something new. Those words stayed with Hannah. From that day, she decided she didn't want to live as a victim anymore. She wanted to live as someone strong and free. She worked hard at the cafe, saved more money, and started to take care of herself. Eating better, resting more, reading again. She even bought her mother a small radio so she could listen to music while she cooked. Rania was also changing. She began smiling more, meeting friends, even starting a small project, sewing handmade scarves to sell in the market. When customers thanked her, she glowed with pride. We stopped feeding the demon, she told Hannah one evening, her eyes bright. We are finally living our own life. Hannah smiled. She could see it too, the light returning to her mother's face, the calm in Lena's eyes, the laughter that filled their kitchen again. But healing takes time. Even as things got better, Hannah still felt nervous around men. When someone looked at her kindly, she turned away. When someone tried to be close, she froze inside. Until one afternoon at the cafe, everything changed. It was a quiet day. A man came in and ordered tea. He had gentle eyes and a soft voice. When Hannah brought the tray to his table, he smiled and said, Thank you. Something about his tone made her pause. It wasn't like other men. It felt safe. The man came again the next day, and again the week after. His name was Omar. He always sat at the same table by the window. Sometimes he brought a book. Sometimes he just watched the rain. After a while, they started to talk. About small things at first, like the weather or the music playing in the cafe. But soon, the conversations grew deeper. They talked about dreams, fears, and what made life beautiful. Hannah didn't understand why she felt so comfortable with him. He didn't rush her. He didn't push her to talk. He simply listened. One evening, After they had spoken for a long time, Hannah told him the truth about her past. The fear, the pain, the nights of crying. She was afraid he would look at her differently. But Omar just said quietly, "You've been through so much, Hannah. You're strong, stronger than you know." No one had ever said that to her before. In that moment, something changed inside her. For the first time, she felt peace. She realized not all men were like her father. There were kind ones, too, gentle ones. She went home that night and looked at herself in the mirror. "I'm healing," she whispered. "I'm really healing." Weeks turned into months, and Hannah continued her therapy with Dr. Layla. Every visit helped her see life more clearly. She talked about her past, her fears, and her hope for the future. One day, Dr. Layla looked at her kindly and said, "Hannah, you have two choices in life. You can stay bitter, or you can get better." Those simple words stayed in Hannah's heart. She thought about them for days. She had every reason to stay angry, at her father, at life, at everything she had lost. But anger didn't change the past. It only made her heart heavy. So Hannah made a promise to herself: "I will get better." From that day, everything began to change. She started waking up early to pray and talk to God, not asking for escape anymore, but saying thank you for each small blessing. She thanked him for her mother's laughter, for Lena's strength, for the soft morning light through the window. She began reading again, learning English words, dreaming of a brighter future. She laughed more at work. She smiled at people. She didn't feel like a shadow anymore. She felt alive. And Omar was still there. They met often, talking under the trees or walking home after work. Their friendship grew slowly, like the sunrise. He never pushed her to be anyone else. He respected her space, her past, and her time. One evening, they sat on a park bench, watching the sky turn gold. Omar said softly, "Hannah, I love who you are. Not just who you're becoming, but who you've always been." Hannah's heart felt warm. She smiled and whispered, "Thank you for seeing me." For the first time, she understood what real love looked like. Love that was patient, gentle, and kind. At home, her mother's little business grew. She sold scarves at the market, laughed with neighbors, and even taught Lena how to sew. Their house, once filled with shouting, now echoed with peace and joy. Hannah sometimes remembered her father, but she no longer felt hate. She had let go. The past was no longer her prison. It was her teacher. She looked at her life now, her family healing, her heart open, her faith strong, and she smiled. "I'm not a victim," she thought. "I'm a survivor. I'm free." Dear friend, Hannah's story reminds us that even after the darkest nights, the sun still rises. You can always choose to heal. You can choose to get better. Thank you for reading this story with Chasing English. If you enjoyed Hannah's journey, keep learning with us. Practice your reading, listening, and shadowing every day. And remember, your English, just like Hannah's heart, will grow stronger a little more each day. See you in the next story, right here on Chasing English.